So hello students, I have already started simple harmonic motion and I have discussed the basic theory part in simple harmonic motion. I have discussed the main results, formulae for velocity, acceleration, force and energy for a particle in simple harmonic motion. So I have also discussed one problem in the previous class, and that is problem number 1 in simple harmonic motion. So now I am going to discuss another 2 or 3 problems first. Then I will be discussing some special cases in simple harmonic motion. Come on, look at the problem 2 on the screen. A particle performs, I will read out this problem, performs simple harmonic motion according to the equation y equal to 2 centimeter into sine of 10 second inverse into t multiplied by cos of 10 second inverse into t. What is the ratio of the magnitudes of maximum velocity and maximum acceleration of the particle? So now we can try to write this expression in the standard form for simple harmonic motion. That means we can try to bring this equation in the standard form y equal to sin omega t. So I use this one formula in element trigonometry. As you know, in trigonometry, 2 sin theta cos theta equal to sine 2 theta. But the question is, what is the ratio of the magnitudes of maximum velocity and maximum acceleration of the particle? So here in place of theta, you find 10 second inverse into t. So this y can be written in the form 1 centimeter into 2 sine theta cos theta. So here theta equal to 10 second inverse into t. So that is sine 2 sine theta cos theta, you can write sine 2 theta. So we can substitute theta equal to 10 second inverse into t here. So the equation for displacement of the particle performing simple harmonic motion according to the given equation can be written in the form y equal to a sine omega t, where a is the displacement amplitude. Here you can compare this equation with y equal to a sine omega t. Here displacement amplitude a is 1 centimeter and angular frequency 10 second inverse into t. 10 second inverse. Omega t is equal to 20 second inverse into t. So angular frequency omega equal to 20 here. So the given equation can be written as 1 centimeter into sine 20 second inverse into t. Now you compare this equation with this equation. So you get displacement amplitude is 1 centimeter. The angular frequency of oscillation is 20 second inverse. So you have to compare the maximum velocity and maximum acceleration. So maximum velocity of the particle in simple harmonic motion, magnitude of the maximum velocity is given by omega into a. The magnitude of the maximum acceleration you can write omega square into a. So the ratio the magnitudes of maximum velocity and maximum acceleration is equal to omega A divided by 1 by omega square. That is equal to 1 by omega. So omega is equal to 20 second inverse. So answer will be 1 by 20 seconds. So those who want to copy the solution of the problem can copy down the solution of the problem. So answer for the given question is 1 by 20 seconds. This problem was given one of the previous MCET examinations in the medical entrance in Andhra Pradesh exam. So in case you need more time to copy the solution of the problem, you can take a pause and take your time. Next, I would like to discuss the next problem. Come on, look at the next problem on the screen. Problem number 3. A particle performs simple harmonic motion in a straight line of length 8 centimeter. And its speed at the center of the line is 3.14 centimeter per second. What time after crossing the mean position? Its kinetic energy and kinetic and potential energies become equal. Assume potential energy equal to 0 at mean position. So here, to answer the question, you have to find the displacement, amplitude, and angular frequency of oscillations. That will be the mean position of center of oscillations. The distance between the mean position and one of the extreme positions will be equal to the magnitude of the displacement amplitude, which are denoted by capital A. So distance between one of the extreme positions to the mean position is equal to magnitude of the displacement amplitude A. The distance between the mean position and the other extreme position is also equal to magnitude of the displacement amplitude. So distance between the two extreme positions is 2 times the magnitude of the displacement amplitude. So given that the particle performs simple harmonic motion in a straight line of length 8 centimeters. So length of the line in which the particle performs SHM is equal to 2 times the magnitude of the displacement amplitude, which can be written as equal to 8 centimeters in the problem. Therefore, amplitude of oscillation is equal to 8 centimeters by 2, or magnitude of the displacement amplitude is 4 centimeters. And magnitude of the velocity of the particle at the mean position of center of oscillations is equal to A into omega. As I discussed in the earlier classes, the magnitude of the velocity of the particle performing simple harmonic motion will be maximum at the mean position of center of oscillations. So magnitude of the maximum velocity at the mean position center of oscillations is given by A into omega. So given that magnitude of the velocity at center of the oscillations is 3.14 centimeter per second. So you can substitute V equal to 3.14 centimeter per second on the left hand side. And we got displacement amplitude A as 4 centimeters. Therefore, the angular frequency of oscillations 3.14, you can write pi. So pi by 4 second inverse. So you're asked to find at what time after crossing the mean position its kinetic and potential energies become equal. So that means the particle is initially at the mean position, their potential energy is 0. If you start counting time from the instant when the particle is at the mean position, That is, if the particle performing a set time is initial at the mean position and moving in the positive direction, then displacement from mean position of time t is given by y equal to a sin omega t. So you have to first find the value of y at the instant when kinetic and potential energies become equal. So if you take potential at the mean position to be 0, then the potential energy of the particle at a point P in its path at the instant when it is a distance y from the mean position is given by half ky square. And the kinetic energy of the particle, the same point P is given by half k into s square minus y square. Let k is the first constant of oscillation. You have to find the value of y at which the potential energy becomes equal to the kinetic energy. That means half ky square is equal to s square minus half k into s square minus y square. So you cancel half k here. You get y square equal to s square minus y square. Or you get 2y square equal to s square. Or y square equal to s square by 2. Or y equal to plus r minus a by root. So if we consider the positive root of the equation, that means if we start counting time from the instant when the particle crosses the mean position in the positive direction, then you have to find the least time after which kinetic and potential energies become equal. That means you have to find the time or instant, say let us suppose t equal to t1, y equal to a by root. So you have to find the instant of time t equal to t1 at which y equal to a by root. Can substitute here in this equation. Y equal to a by root 2 and t equal to t1. You can simply come on, those who want to copy the solution of the problem, they can take a pause and copy the solution of the problem. So sine 45 degrees equal to 1 by root 2, 45 degrees if you convert it to radian. Probably must be familiar with the conversions of for angle degrees to radian. 180 degrees is pi radian. So 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radians. So 45 degrees will be equal to 45 into pi by 180 radians or pi by 4 radian. So if we cancel a here, you get sine omega t1 equal to pi by 4. 1 by root 2. Sine omega t equal to 1 by root 2. So you can consider the first solution, omega t1 equal to pi by 4. So if you continue the simplification part, so you have to find the instant of time t equal to t1 at which sine omega t1 becomes equal to 1 by root 2. Sine omega t1 is pi by 4. So already we got omega as pi by 4 per second. That means the kinetic energy and potential of the particle becomes equal at t equal to 1 second. So answer is 1 second. So those who want to copy can take a pause and finish writing the working. So answer for problem 3 which I have just discussed is 1 second. Next I am going to discuss the next problem here. The problem number 4. Look at the screen for problem 4. The average speed of a particle performing simple harmonic motion during one oscillation is 10 by pi meter per second. Find the maximum speed of the particle. You can try to find relation between the average speed and maximum speed for a particle performing simple harmonic motion, that is average speed for one oscillation. So in the particle, let O be the mean position for oscillations. Let E1 be one of the extreme positions, and E2 denote one of other extreme position. Distance between the mean position to one of the extreme positions will be equal to the magnitude of the displacement amplitude. So when the particle moves from one of the extreme position to the other extreme position, then the distance covered is equal to 2 times the magnitude of the displacement amplitude. When it moves from other extreme position to the back to the first extreme position, it travels a distance again equal to a. So when the particle moves from one of the extreme position to the other extreme position, then again travels back to the same extreme position. You can say it has completed one oscillation. So distance traveled when it moves from one extreme position to the other extreme position to a, it will travel same distance when it travels back to same extreme position. So for one oscillation, distance traveled by the particle is equal to 4 times the magnitude of 2a plus 2a, that will be 4a. So average speed for one oscillation can be written as equal to distance covered during one oscillation, denoted by V subscript A, divided by time taken to complete one oscillation. Time taken to complete one oscillation denoted by capital T, which is called the time period of oscillation. So maximum speed denoted by V subscript M. Magnitude velocity of speed is maximum center of oscillations, which is given by A into omega. Now omega can be written as 2 pi by capital T. So if you divide here the average speed with the maximum speed, V subscript A is the average speed for one oscillation. V subscript M represents the maximum speed of the particle during the oscillations. That is equal to 2 pi A by T. So you get average speed for one oscillation is equal to 2 by pi times the maximum speed during the oscillations. The average speed for one oscillation is 2 by pi times the maximum speed during the oscillation. So maximum speed during the oscillations can be written as pi by 2 times the average speed during the oscillations. So you are given the average speed during one oscillation. During one oscillation, 10 by pi meter per second. That means V subscript A is given to be 10 by pi meter per second. So therefore, maximum speed during the oscillations is 5 meter per second. That will be the answer. So those who want to copy the working, they can take a pause and copy the working. Therefore, answer for this problem 4 is 5 meter per second. See here, the next problem, problem number 5. After discussing this problem, I will be discussing the special cases, some special cases in SHM. See the problem 5. The ratio of the kinetic and potential energies of a particle performing simple harmonic motion At t equal 1 second after crossing the mean position is 3:1. What is the ratio of the distances covered by the particle during the first second and second second of its motion? So let us first find the displacement from mean position at which the kinetic and potential energies will be in the ratio 3:1. It is given that within brackets assume u naught equal to 0. That means what u naught represents the potential at the mean position, that is to be taken as 0. So if the potential at the mean position is taken as 0, then the potential of the particle at the instant when it is a distance y from the mean position is given by half ky square, where k is the first constant of the oscillations. The kinetic energy of the particle at the same instant is given by half k into a square minus y square. So let us find the displacement y from the mean position at the instant in the ratio of the kinetic energy and potential energy is 3:1. That means kinetic energy by potential energy equal to 3/1. Or you can say kinetic energy 3 times the potential energy. So kinetic energy can write half k into a square minus y square. And potential energy is half ky square. So half k gets cancelled. So a square minus y square equal to 3y square. Or a square equal to y square plus 3y square. So we can simplify this further. And if you take the pulse, that means y equal to plus r minus a by 2. That means the kinetic and potential energies of the particle will be in the ratio 3:1 at the instant and y equal to a by 2 after crossing the mean position in the positive direction. So if we start counting time, that means here to start counting time from the instant the particle crosses the mean position. It is given that at the instant t equal 1 second after crossing the mean position, the ratio of the kinetic and potential energies is 3:1. That means if you start counting time when from the instant when the particle is at the mean position, I mean if the particle is initially at the mean position with its velocity directed in the positive direction at the initial instant, v naught is initial velocity at the mean position, then at t equal to 1 second, you get y equal to a by 2. So as I discussed in the theory part in simple harmonic motion, to start counting time from the instant when the particle crosses the mean position in the positive direction, then displacement from mean position up to time t is given by y equal to a sine omega t. Here y equal to a by 2 at t equal to 1 second. You are asked to find the ratio of distance covered by the particle during the first second and second second. Similar problem, not exactly the same problem, similar problem was given one of the previous MSET exam papers in MSET. I think it was given in 2003 or 2004 MSET in the medical paper. Of course, it was directly, second part was given. You are asked to find the ratio of distance covered by the particle during the first second and second. You are given the time period directly in the MSET question. But here time period is not given. So it's not answer is the same question. I mean similar model. So you get here sine omega t is 1 by 2. A gets cancelled. So sine omega into 1 second is pi by 2. I mean 1 by 2. Sine 30 degrees is pi by 2. I mean, sorry. Sine 30 degrees is 1 by 2. 30 degrees to convert into radian, it comes out to about pi by 6 radian. So sine pi by 6 is equal to sine omega t or omega into 1 second. So you get omega into 1 second is pi by 6. Or you can write omega equal to pi by 6 second inverse. So you have to find the position of the particle at t equal to 2 seconds. That will be the mean position, and this P1 be the position of the particle at t equal to 1 second. At t equal to 1 second, after crossing the mean position, the ratio of its kinetic and potential is given to 3:1. At that distance, y will be equal to a by 2. That means it travels a distance a by 2 in the first 1 second after crossing the mean position. So to find the distance covered next to 1 second, you have to find the value of y at t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, those who want to copy the solution of the problem, they can start copying the solution of the problem. Of course, it's not completed. Still little more working is there. So if you want to copy the solution of the problem, you can first take a pause and complete the working. I mean copying the working up to here, so that I can do the continuation of this problem. So we have seen that the part at t equal to 1 second after crossing the mean position, the particle is at the position P1, which is at a distance y equal to a by 2 from the mean position, where a is the magnitude of the displacement amplitude. So distance from the between the mean position and one of the extreme positions will be equal to magnitude of the displacement amplitude. Now to find the position, we have to find the position of the particle at t equal to 1 second. To start counting time from the instant particle crosses the mean position in the positive direction, the displacement y from the mean position time t is gained by y equal to a sin omega t. So here at t equal to 2 seconds, y equal to a sin, we have already calculated the value of omega, which we got pi by 6 second inverse. So we get y equal to a sin pi by 2 seconds. A sin pi by 3. We got omega is pi by 6 second inverse. T equal to 2 seconds here. So you get a sin pi by 3. Sin pi by 3 radian. Pi radian is 180 degrees. So pi by 3 radian is 180 degrees by 3 or 60 degrees. And sin 60 degrees will be equal to root 3 by 2. That means at the let P2 be the position of the particle at t equal to 2 seconds. P1 is the position of the particle at t equal to 1 second. So distance from mean position to the position P2 of the particle at t equal to 2 seconds is a root 3 by 2. So distance traveled in the during the second denoted by d2, suppose. Distance covered in the first second by d1. d1 is distance covered in the first second. You can observe which is equal to a by 2. d2 is the distance traveled during the second second. At t equal 2 seconds, y is a root 3 by 2. The distance from O to P2 is a root 3 by 2. So d1 plus d2. d1 is distance traveled in the first 1 second after crossing the mean position from O to P1. d2 is the distance traveled during the next 1 second, that is during the second second between the two instants t equal 1 second and t equal 2 seconds between the position P1 and P2. d1 plus d2 equal a root 3 by 2. So you can substitute d1 equal to a by 2. So you get d2 equal to a by 2 into root 3 minus 1. So now we can find the ratio of d1 and d2. d1 is a by 2. d2 equal to a by 2 into root 3 minus 1. So ratio of distances covered by the particle during the first second and second second is 1 by root 3 minus 1. That's the answer. So if you want to copy the solution of the problem, you can take a pause and copy the solution of the problem. So for the problem 5, which I have just discussed, the answer will be 1 by root 3 minus 1. So next I am going to discuss some special cases. In simple harmonic question, you find number of questions and problems based on these special cases in different books, including some of the cases may be given even in regular board textbooks. And some of the questions you find based on these special cases in the past entrance exam papers. So for these special cases, each special case I will be just discussing the special case part. You concentrate only to listen. Later I will show you the working for each special case. So I consider the case where a block of mass m is supposed resting on a horizontal surface of a platform which oscillates vertical direction. So I am going to discuss what's the special case. We call it as case 1. Let us consider block of mass m which rests on the horizontal surface of a platform or a piston that oscillates in the vertical direction, performing simple harmonic motion with displacement amplitude A and angular frequency omega. So I like to discuss how to find the apparent weight of the block at the lowest and highest position. So this is the lowest position. During the oscillations, this is the position of the platform at the highest position. And Y is the mean position for oscillations. So two forces act on the block in the vertical direction at any instant. One is its weight mg, which acts vertically downwards, which is the gravitational force of the block by the earth. Then second one is a normal reaction force on the block by the surface of the platform, which acts perpendicular to the surface of the platform and directed away from surface of the platform. So but for a body performing simple harmonic motion, the resultant force on the body at any instant is always directed toward the mean position. That means at the highest position, the weight mg acts towards the mean position and normal reaction force is directed away from mean position. But resultant force will be directed towards the mean position. As we studied in vectors, when two vectors are in opposite directions, or for example, if two forces act on a body in opposite directions, the direction of the resultant force will be in the direction of the force which has greater magnitude. So the resultant force acts towards the mean position. That means the direction of the force mg. If mg is greater than n, or n is less than mg, so magnitude of the normal reaction of the block will be minimum at the highest position. At the lowest position, the weight mg acts vertically downwards, that means away from the mean position, but normal reaction force on the block by the surface of platform acts vertical upward, perpendicular to the surface of platform and directed away from the surface of platform. That means towards the mean position. But the resultant force of the body performing simple harmonic motion at any instant is directed towards the mean position in linear simple harmonic motion. So the resultant force will be in the direction of the normal reaction force. When two forces act on the body in opposite directions, the direction of the resultant will be in the direction of the force with greater magnitude. So at the lowest position, n will be definitely more than the weight mg. Like to calculate, let's discuss how to calculate the magnitude of normal reaction on the block or apparent weight of the block at the lowest and highest positions. So at the lowest position, the magnitude of the resultant force on the block will be equal to magnitude of the normal reaction force towards the mean position minus magnitude of its weight mg. From Newton's second law, magnitude of the resultant force must be equal to product of its mass and magnitude of its acceleration. So the magnitude of the acceleration is given by omega square into magnitude of the displacement at each extreme position. The magnitude of the displacement equal to the magnitude of the displacement amplitude. Here A is the displacement amplitude. That means distance between the two extreme positions equal to twice the displacement amplitude. So magnitude of the acceleration in SHM will be equal to omega square times magnitude of the displacement from mean position. So magnitude of the displacement from mean position can be taken as equal to A. At each extreme position. So magnitude of the acceleration is maximum at an extreme position, which is equal to omega square to A. So from Newton's second law, I can write magnitude of the resultant force of block at the lowest position equal n minus mg, that is equal to mass into magnitude of acceleration towards the center of oscillation, that is equal to omega square. So magnitude of the normal reaction at the lowest position equal mg plus m omega square. So magnitude of the normal reaction or apparent weight of the block is maximum at the lowest position, which you can write m into g plus omega square into A. And this magnitude of normal reaction will be at the lowest position will be definitely more than its weight mg. Whatever may be the angular frequency of oscillations and whatever may be the displacement amplitude. So at the highest position, mg acts towards the mean position, but normal reaction directed away from the mean position, but resultant force will be always directed towards the mean position. So magnitude of the resultant force towards the mean position is equal to magnitude of the weight mg towards the mean position minus magnitude of the normal reaction. Now from Newton's second law, this you can write product of mass and magnitude of the acceleration at the highest position. The magnitude of the acceleration at each extreme position is equal to omega square into a. So magnitude of the normal reaction at the highest position will be mg minus m omega square a. So magnitude of the normal reaction of the block by the surface of platform will be minimum at the highest position. So minimum magnitude of the normal reaction or minimum value of the apparent weight of the block resting on the platform can be written as g minus omega square root a. So the block oscillates up and down without losing contact. The block does not lose contact with the platform at any instant during the oscillations if the magnitude of the normal reaction is greater than 0 at all the instants. The block oscillates vertically along with the platform without losing contact with the surface of the platform at any instant during the oscillations. If the magnitude of the normal reaction of the block is greater than 0 at all the instants. Magnitude of the normal reaction minimum at the highest position. So the magnitude of the normal reaction on the block will be greater than 0 at all the instants if the magnitude of the normal reaction, minimum value of normal reaction at the highest position is greater than 0. That means this should be greater than 0. That is possible when omega square a is less than g. Therefore, the block loses contact with the platform when omega square a becomes greater than g. Sometimes there are two types of problems based on this case. Some of the problems we are given the amplitude of oscillations, and you may be asked what is the maximum frequency with which it can oscillate so that the block remains in contact with the platform. Or you may be asked what is the minimum frequency of oscillation at which the block may lose contact with the platform. So the block just loses contact with the platform at the instant when omega square a becomes equal to g. Suppose if amplitude is constant and omega is gradually increased. Let us suppose the value of omega square a is initially less than g. And then if angular frequency of oscillation slight gradually increase, keeping amplitude constant. And the block loses contact with the platform for the first time at the highest position at the instant when omega square a becomes equal to g. In some of the numerical problems may be given the frequency of oscillation, and you may be asked for what amplitude of oscillations if amplitude is varied, keeping frequency constant. Then you may be given the question this way: for what amplitude of oscillation the block just loses contact with the platform. So the block just loses contact with the platform at the first time at the highest position at the instant when omega square a becomes equal to g. The block just loses contact with the platform for the first time when it reaches the highest position. Suppose if omega is constant, amplitude of oscillation is gradually increased. Initially, the omega square A is less than G. Suppose the amplitude is gradually increasing. And the block just loses contact at the instant when omega square A becomes equal to G. Or amplitude becomes equal to G by omega. Now you concentrate. Again, the same case, I am going to show you the PowerPoint presentation. That is, I am going to show you the notes for it in a systematic way. Those who are writing the notes, now you can again get ready with the notes. So now look at the conclusion of the discussion I have done in special case 1. I am showing the conclusion on the screen. Those who are writing the notes, they can take a pause and copy this conclusion. I am going to read out this conclusion once. Consider a small block resting on the horizontal surface of platform which oscillates up and down with an angular frequency omega. The block does not lose contact with the platform if the amplitude of oscillation is less than G by omega square. Next, I am going to show the working for the conclusion. Those who want to copy this, you can take a pause and copy the working. As explained here, at the lowest position, you can say all this calculation already explained. So now you copy the working. So that means the same case 1. I am showing the working on the screen. You copy the working at the highest position mg minus n equal to m omega square A, where O is the mean position here in the figure. And same working as already explained here. This is the minimum value of n. This is the minimum value of n here, not maximum. You can take a pause and copy this working. So come on, copy down the working. As explained here, at the lowest position, normal reaction force on the block acts towards the mean position. The weight mg acts away from the mean position for oscillations at the lowest position. You can take a pause and copy the working as shown on the screen. Next, you see at the highest position, the weight mg acts toward the mean position, and normal reaction acts away from the mean position. So magnitude the resultant force is mg minus n, that is equal to mass into magnitude factor. So minimum value of n is m into g minus omega square. Come and take a pause and copy this working. So ratio of the maximum and minimum values of normal reaction on the block, g plus omega square A is to g minus omega square A. Come on, already I explained this. Copy down the working. Can take a pause and copy down the working. I will continue to discuss of the remaining special cases in my next class.